go and open those books. I want to tell you, we are bringing this country.
Sorry, let me just pause you a little bit, because I understand Mike Sonko is currently leaving the EACC offices, and would like to cross over live to the EACC offices on just near Milimani, as Governor Mike Sonko is now being taken to Milimani Law Courts. He was arrested on Friday on various charges of corruption and graft, and that is live footage coming from the EACC offices as Governor Mike Sonko is now being taken to court, where he is going to answer charges, various charges on corruption and abuse of office, and also conflict of interest. We do know that it was a dramatic arrest on Friday as he was on his way to Mombasa, and according to the EACC, apparently he was trying to escape, but for him, he says he was on official duty and was in no way trying to escape. So that van right there is the van that is taking the governor of Nairobi to Milimani Law Courts, where he is going to be facing charges of corruption and various allegations put against him, amongst other officers who he working with him and under his office. So those are images that we're seeing right now live of the governor for Nairobi, Mike Mbuvi Sonko, being taken to Milimani Law Courts. Right here on KTN News, of course, we're going to be following this up very closely to bring you updates even as he arrives at the law courts and those charges conferred to him, and we'll wait to hear what his plea is going to be. So as we continue, and today incidentally happens to be International World Anti-Corruption Day, which was put out some years ago and is commemorated world over. So as we continue to bring you footage of that particular incident that is taking place now, that's live footage of the governor in that white van as he is taken to Milimani Law Courts to answer various charges against him on corruption. We do apologize that, of course, this being live, there is interruption of the signal, also the cameramen trying to get those pictures and images as they move along. Of course, we do know that there is tight security surrounding the governor, given previous incidences where he has gone to the EACC and there's been massive crowds who come in support of the governor. So, of course, the authorities ensuring that they do this in the best way possible to ensure that there's minimum interruption to those, of course, who are going to work and to the normal running of the day. So as we try to get you that footage and images, we'll definitely keep you posted. What we're seeing now is the van that is carrying the governor of Nairobi as he is progressing and being taken to Milimani Law Courts to answer various charges on corruption. How this is going to roll out, we do not know. Of course, some of the intrigues and some of the questions that surround this particular arrest and make it unique is because currently Nairobi does not have a deputy governor. Is Beatrice Elachi, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Nairobi, going to be the one to be acting? We do not know. We wait to see what's going to happen in court. And given that we have had various governors who have come before the court and a pronouncement was made that they should keep off office, what happens to this particular case? And maybe whether, as a lawyer, you could advise us on what we would be looking at. What are the scenarios that are likely to play out here?
Yeah, I think Governor Sonko, chances are that he will go to court and then the court will go round the constitutional provision of immunity of office by saying that your office is a crime scene. So you don't go back, keep off to City Hall. So you remain governor, but you are off. And when you are off of the office, you are off the instruments of power, you are off control. But going forward, I think in the absence of the deputy governor, and the Honorable Beatrice Elachi cannot act unless there's a vacancy in the office of the governor and the deputy governor. Here, there will be no vacancy because the governor will be there unless he resigns or retires. But along the way, machinations can be put in place so that he is impeached. And then if after he's impeached, the speaker then acts, then elections are done. That can be one. Another aspect is that government can go around and ensure that there's suspension of the country government and the functions goes back to the national government. Another way, they can just refuse to give them money for now because of the chaotic manner. And then instruments are put in place for a vacancy to be created in the office. Otherwise, where we are in Nairobi, we need God more, because after the deputy governor left, and then we have the actor governor Sonko himself now in court.
And even the speaker has had a fair share of controversy.
So it becomes very, very difficult. But I think these are good lessons for us as a country. It's a good lesson for Nairobians for voting with their stomach and with their parties and with their tribes. It's also a good lesson for us as a country for certain things. I know from here we will emerge stronger.
All right, and maybe just to bring in maybe somebody who might be joining us now, the footage that you're seeing is that of the governor being taken to Milimani, the Nairobi governor, Mike Sonko, being taken to Milimani Law Courts to answer charges on various graft charges preferred to him by the EACC. And now that we have Mr. Jackson Mue here, what do you see as a frustrating element of this whole process? Because you've done your work as the EACC to say, okay, here are certain things that we have preferred against, whether it is Mike Sonko or other leaders. But of course, like they say, the law is an ass, and as a result, the law is the law. Nothing can be done. But what have you maybe experience of interference of certain cases once somebody is taken to court, but they're released by the court, and as a result, they still have access to that office one way or the other?
Okay, thank you for that question. I would want to indicate that EACC will have no special interest when a matter is in court, because the law is very clear on how prosecution is supposed to be done. And the pronouncements of the court, the EACC will respect, the ones which the Director of Public Prosecution will agree with. Because, as I indicated, the responsibility of EACC is to support the Director of Public Prosecution. What we are seeing EACC do its work, and it's getting good support from other actors. I would want to indicate, since the establishment of what we call the